everyone, welcome to M&K Gaming. I'm Katie.
I'm Meche.
Nice to see you guys again. We're going to do a top 5 for you guys today. We're going to do top 5 TV shows. So just to clarify, kind of the rules of this video is we're going to do top 5 TV shows that are not Netflix originals, because we're going to have a separate list for those. You know, because we would both have BoJack Horseman on there, but we thought
how do you know? How do you know if I'd have BoJack Horseman? You don't know.
Every single time we hear the guitar strum at Night in the Woods, you sing the BoJack Horseman theme song, so I have a feeling...
You don't know. I could be singing the Powerpuff Girls theme song. I'd not have that on my list.
Yeah, because the Powerpuff Girls go, back in the 90s, I was in a very... No.
Of course.
No.
They do.
Okay. I must have been watching a different show then. Alright, so we're going to do you want to do me first and then you, or do you want to do it kind of like, 5-5-4-4?
Whichever you want to. Whichever you want to do.
I guess let's do it staggered so we can be surprised. So, do you want to go first or should I?
Whichever you want to do. Do your honorable mention first, though.
Oh, shit, I didn't even have one?
Ooh.
How about you go so I can figure out my honorable mention?
Alright.
While you're...
So, I don't know, I've been kind of like... It's battle within me for my honorable mention because so my honorable mention is Supergirl, the CW show. I really like it. I've liked it. And it used to be my favorite until the cast just totally dissed, a whole part of their fandom, which was the Supercorp ship. People shipping Lena Luthor and Supergirl. And so, like, most of them were assholes about it. Katie McGrath was kind of fine with it. Like, she wasn't fine with them doing it, but she was like, we gotta respect our fans. I'm sorry they behaved that way. And the lady who plays Alex, Kara's sister, was like, she wasn't there at the time, and she was appalled by her castmates' behavior. But it's not my favorite anymore for sure, but I give it an honorable mention. It's definitely in my top 10.
Okay. While you were doing that, I was trying to log into Hulu and see what was on my list, but apparently all the stuff that I put into the computer did not transfer to my phone. So, don't quite know.
I can choose for you. Neo Yokio.
No. No, that is like the worst thing. No. Oh, okay, actually I have a good show. My honorable mention is called Dear White People.
Oh, that is a good one. But that's
a
a Netflix original.
God
that's
damn
a
it,
Netflix original.
Pardon me as
nice
I
try.
Continue to look through my shit. Alright, I'm ready. Honorable mention, Law and Order. Both Law and Order and Law and Order SVU.
You can't choose two, you gotta choose one.
It's both Law and Order.
No, you gotta choose one. They're two different shows. Two different shows. Choose one.
Law and Order.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't know shit about the show, but a lot of people did, and then I was in San Antonio. Or no, I wasn't. I was in, I guess just San Antonio. I know I'd seen it before, but I don't know where. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was still awake, and I wanted to watch TV before my cousin came in the next morning and, was on my hip for the rest of the day. I just wanted to have a little bit of time to myself, watching a show that didn't have to be PG. And I started watching Law & Order, and it didn't make sense at first, and then I watched the whole episode, and I was like, wow, this is fun. I like this. And then, yeah, I kind of started liking it, but it's not, like, I don't avidly watch it. It's not my favorite show, but I do enjoy it. So, Law & Order.
Alright. That's your top 5?
My honorable mention.
Oh, your honorable mention.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so I guess that means my top 5.
Okay.
My top 5 is Rick and Morty. I really love the animation. I like the scripts. because it's kind of actually well planned out. You know, it's not, oh, here's a thing, and this happens, and goodbye. You know.
Yeah.
It actually it's continuous too. I hate that Pickle Rick has gotten so much attention because honestly, I don't believe that's their best episode. It was great animation for sure,
Yeah.
and it had a lot of like cool things that happened, but I don't think it was the best episode. Um, so yeah, that's my top 5, Rick and Morty. What is yours?
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little disappointed in your fifth because of just how cringy the fandom is now. But that doesn't
Oh
speak.
yeah, I'm not really in the fandom.
Yeah, no, that doesn't speak to the show itself. And I feel like what I have watched of Rick and Morty, which I've stopped now just to kind of get out of it. But like what I have seen, I'm really impressed with. So at the same time, like I admire your choice. My fifth would probably have to be like anything on HGTV. Just like the whole channel.
Property Brothers.
Well, okay.
You have
I like
to choose
Property...
one, Katie. It's TV shows, not TV channels.
I don't wanna.
That's the whole point of this top 5.
Fine, Property Brothers.
Oh, there you go.
And the only reason, like, they have 2 different shows, but I'll just pick the original Property Brothers, is because not only are they stupid, like, stupid fun, but I feel like of all the shows on HGTV, they have the style that's, like, closest to my own. And they appreciate, more clean lines, modern and whatever, and it's not, Fixer Upper is fine. They're in Texas, but it's like, country house, and I'm not about that. And then, like, all the other shows are cool, but just Property Brothers, like, it appeals to my design, and being an interior design student, like, that is just, yeah, it really appeals to me, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, that's my number 5, Property Brothers.
Yep, I fall asleep to HGTV, so.
The only thing that I do not like from that whole channel is House Hunters. It's just stupid. It's just stupid people buying a house for the first time, and
That
it's like a
shouldn't have a
huge
house.
decision that shouldn't have houses.
Yeah.
Yep. Just gonna go ahead and quote John Mulaney on that one.
Oh, for sure.
All right, your turn.
All right, so my 4th one is Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec.
That's on my list too. It's funny.
Yeah. Yep, it's so pure and great, I love it.
Yeah.
And I hadn't watched it until last year, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a nice long binge on that.
Yeah. That's my number 4 also, but I'll just expand on that. I watched it at first as soon as I realized that the last season was ending. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I better get into it. And I started watching with my mom, and we all thought it was, like, kind of stupid at first. Like, season 1 is, like, my least favorite season.
Oh, for sure.
And it's not like it's bad, but I didn't quite get into it, and I didn't feel myself getting into it until, like, season 3 or 4. But I just, kept watching it because it had such a huge, fan base, and I was like, okay, well, there's got to be some reason why it's got that many fans. And, the more invested I got in the character stories and, like, who they are and how they're growing and developing as people, the more I enjoyed the show. Tom Haverford, Leslie Knope, Ben Wyatt, everyone. I was, like, really getting into the characters.
Yep.
I watched it with my mom. My mom enjoyed it, and, like, we just, got to watch TV together, and it was fun. And then Valentine, I finished the show, and I really enjoyed it. And then I found out that Valentine hadn't ever seen it before. So we watched it from beginning to end together. Like, there was not an episode that he saw that he didn't watch with me. Like, I saw every episode one more time, like, in order, within the span of, like, a month.
You two are both so in love, we get it. God.
That's not what I was trying to say, but whatever. But having seen the show all the way through, watching it back over again, I had so much more of an appreciation, for every season, like, including season 1. It just, like, I got it, finally. And I was talking to Valentine, and I was like, hey, I didn't enjoy season 1 when I first started. How did you like it? He was like, it was hilarious. So, I feel like he goes in blindly while I kind of had an expectation set already of, what I wanted the show to be or what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, that's my number 4 as well. It's a really fun show.
I love it.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, was Parks and Rec your 4th one too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
said that. You're silly.
Oh, I thought it was like on just on your list, like
Oh,
not the
no.
fourth, but on your list. Okay. So my third one is gonna be Winona Earp. I don't think it's Netflix. No, yeah, it's sci-fi. It's sci-fi. Winona Earp, if you haven't already seen it
I
or
haven't
know
heard of
about
it.
it, it's pretty much kind of like a American Western kind of thing, but also mixed with supernatural, and it has gays, and they don't kill off their gays, which makes me so happy. So it's about this main character. She's like the firstborn of her family, and she is meant to track down and hunt. She's the descendant of Wyatt Earp, or one of those gunslingers, famous gunslingers of the West, And so she is tasked with her family's duty as the firstborn of the Earp family to catch these demons that he's put in hell, because every generation they escape from hell. So she is tasked to catch them, shoot them with her special gun from her descendant or her ancestor, and drag them back to hell.
Isn't gay baby jail more secure than just regular jail? Maybe they should put them in gay baby jail.
I wish, but
I say
also,
jokingly.
yeah, but yeah, it's a really good show. They do their gays really good, so I got that to say about that.
There you go.
Yeah, and I like the fandom. They have really good fan art. So yeah, my third is Winona Earp.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
My third is something that I got into really recently, and I don't. Maybe it's the fact that I just have like so recently gotten into it that I don't have like so much of an appreciation for it. But it's MasterChef.
Oh my
I have been
gosh.
binging that pretty much, and I will get so enthralled in it and like just fall in love with all the characters because they're actual people, and
Characters.
the contestants. Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry, and no, I went to work at one point. Meche came with me, and I was watching MasterChef because I wasn't doing anything, and I was like shouting at the screen like, "No, that's not a frittata!"
Yeah, you were, and I was trying to get into my edgy teenager, 2012 emo kid mode because I had to illustrate a story for that.
Right. No,
And I hear Katie yelling
"That's
at
not
MasterChef.
okra!"
Yeah.
No, there was a pressure challenge. Like this is the reason why there was a pressure challenge, and they had to they had to list ingredients out of 25 on a table, and they just had to pick one up and like tell the judges what it was, and like the higher number you get, the better, and whoever has the least number of of ingredients named goes home. So there was a bunch of shit on the table. There were like macadamia nuts and okra, and like I'm from the South and I get a lot of like Southern foods, and there was a nectarine. And one of the judges was like, "Are you sure that's not a peach?" And the girl from Georgia was like, "I'm a Georgia peach. That's not a Georgia peach." And I was like, "Ha, got it." And like, you're hearing all of this.
Yes, it
And like
was.
someone
Through my edgy metal music.
that's not a peach. That's a nectarine. Katie, shut up. But yeah.
Literally a conversation.
Right. But yeah, I like MasterChef, but the reason it's number 3 and not like number 2 or number 1 is because it's so dramatic for the sake of being dramatic. And season 8, I guess, whatever's on Hulu right now, has gotten better at that. But like season 1, they were, picking contestants, to be in the top 30, and at one point they're like, or no, they weren't. It was like the first challenge, and they're like, take that apron off and tie it on even tighter. And it was like, Jesus Christ, don't do that. Don't play with my heart like that. So it's just dramatic for the sake of being dramatic, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it keeps you enthralled, and the contestants are good and nice, and I always have fun listening to what Gordon Ramsay has to say because Gordon Ramsay, like, I value his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're number 2. Go ahead.
My number 2 is Steven Universe. Steven Universe is my number 2. I say as Katie has a rose quartz blanket on right now.
I do. It's from Valentine.
You're dressed more gay than I am. You're wearing red flannel. You got a rose quartz blanket on.
I have shorter hair than you do.
Yeah, you do. But I have the length that you want, so.
I do.
I'm not switching hair with you.
Please?
Nope. But yeah, so Steven Universe is my favorite mostly because I relate to Steven a lot and I relate to a lot of the gems. Not just because I'm gay, but yeah,
That too.
that too. Um, Kate calls me Peridot. I don't think I'm as smart as Peridot is. I'm probably like a little annoying gremlin like Peridot, but yeah, I'm born in November and my birthstone is Topaz. So when I saw Topaz for the first time on Steven Universe, I loved her so much, and I'm like, that's me. So
Our entire squad has we gave each other gem names
oh
for
god,
some
yeah.
reason. Javier, like I understand the reason behind it, but now saying it out loud sounds kind of silly, but it works. Um, Meche is Peridot. I was Lapis, and then I started getting like really,
Negative.
negative, and I'm still kind of in that, but I've gotten a lot better about it.
Yeah.
But the longer I'm away from home, the more negative I get for some reason. Um,
So
so they
I
started calling me Malachite.
I kindly dubbed her Malachite.
So I'm Malachite now. Um, right, and then so I'm Lapis slash Malachite.
Mhm.
Meches Peridot. Javier is Blue Zircon, and he doesn't believe
He
us.
hates us
He hates
for
us so much because he
saying that.
makes he makes the same noises and the same facial expressions,
And he's worrisome about
everything.
everything.
And we were watching it together. The big, what's it called? The trial episodes and stuff.
Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
But Blue Zircon is a character. I'm not gonna say what happens, but just we were watching it together, and we were like, "Oh my God, Javier, that's you!" And he was like, "No, it's
We
not."
literally paused it.
Yeah, we paused it
and
to.
we told him.
Yep. No, we paused it to tell him that was him, and he was like, "No," and we were like, "Yes," and he was like, "I don't make that face."
We were
just
also
looked at each
watching
other
it.
like, because we didn't want to tell him, "Yes, you do," but.
Yeah, we were also watching it with Valentine because Katie Skyped him.
Yeah.
So that he could see a screen
us.
on his screen.
Yep. Yep. It was a fun time. Actually, no, we were watching it live.
Yeah, we were watching it
we
live.
We couldn't pause it, but we just told Javier that was him.
Yep.
So my number 2 is actually The Office.
Oh. Yeah, I
And,
can see that.
Yeah, my number 2 is The Office. The only reason it's not number 1 is because of Michael Scott. I love him so much, but especially in season 1 and 2, he just does not
Date
know when to
Michael.
stop. And I'm like, oh my, especially date Michael.
Oh my gosh.
He's just a dick.
He
and
has a type. It's blondes. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, no, I have.
Yeah.
But I have often referred to myself as either a Pam or a Jim or a both. But yeah, I really like that show, and to be honest, Meches, you're gonna get a little disgusted with me.
Why would you tell me that?
Because
Why?
we just watch it all the time. So
You
I've
want
seen
this
it,
all over the internet?
I don't care.
I'm going...
We got 2 views in the last video. No one's gonna fucking know. Anyway, so yeah, we watch The Office all the time, and the more I watch it, the more I appreciate it, especially having it, after watching it all the way through, 3 or 4 times. I just, fall in love with the characters over and over again. Especially Kevin, when Pam is pregnant, he just cares for her so much.
I love Kevin. He's a
love
little
Kevin.
weirdo, but I love him.
He can be kind of gross. Remember,
he's a pervert.
No, he's
but I love him.
No, remember when Pam had just had Cece, and he was like, yeah, if the mom hears a baby cry, her you-know-whats will fill up with you-know-what, and that'd be funny. Trying to get her to, have milk, drench her shirt, where her nipples are. And he, was crying, baby screaming at her boobs, into her boobs, and they were just Pam and Jim were both what the hell is happening? And then they walked outside later, and Mindy Kaling, what's her character's name?
Kelly.
And Kelly was crying about not getting enough prizes, or her drink spilled and they wouldn't give her another one, and she was just crying so much.
Kelly Kapoor.
Yeah, Kelly Kapoor. She was crying about her drink spilling, and then Pam was like, oh my god, she felt that her shirt was wet, and she's like, oh my god, we gotta go. And Kevin looked at the camera nice. So I don't know, I just love the show, and I love the chemistry between all the characters. But yeah, The Office is my number 2.
Alright. So, I don't know if this counts or not. It's a web series.
No, I get that. That counts, I guess.
Okay. So it's a web series called Carmilla.
As soon as you said web series, I was like, are you gonna do Carmilla?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really gay, and I love it, and it's filled with angst. What show is not screaming to be my favorite? Like that's my show. It's screaming, Meche, I'm gonna be your favorite, and I'm like, sure.
I like
And
how
I
you
like
said
give it a
screaming
huge
and then you
hug, and I'm like,
whispered.
I love you. That's me to my show.
I like how you said this show is screaming, and then you went Meche, and a huge whisper like, Meche, let us be your favorite. That's
I
not
don't.
a scream.
Okay, but I don't want to scream into the mic.
Meche!
Also, we have neighbors up, above us, below us, and to the sides. I'm not going to scream, let me be your favorite TV show.
That's better than a whisper that you did right
Okay.
there. That's better than a whisper.
Anyway.
The show is screaming at me. Meche!
Anyway.
What?
Anyway, that's my favorite show. I love Natasha Negovanlis. I love Elise Bauman. They're great actresses. I love the whole cast. They have their own, they have their own chemistry going on. And I can't wait to see the movie. It's not out yet, I don't think, but I can't wait to see the movie Carmilla, the Carmilla movie. But yeah, I've watched that show like 3-4 times, and you know, Katie, that I hate rewatching things.
Yeah. No, I was
So-
like, hey, I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, and I still haven't, because I don't want to, like, go see it alone. But I was like, hey, I haven't seen it yet. How about you go with me? And you're like, no, I just watched it. And I was like, it was out a month ago. You saw it a month ago. You're like, yeah, that's too soon. I like to go see things like 2 or 3 times within the same week.
Yeah. I take a bit longer, but no. As soon as I finished Carmilla, I rewatched it. And then I watched it after that. But yeah, I really love that show. It's got a great timeline too. And the plot is so thought out. I can't find any holes in it. Then again, I'm not trying to look, but I can't find any holes in it even when I'm lazily thinking about it.
How about if I watch it,
Please.
I will intentionally try to poke holes in it, or would,
Okay.
would that hurt your feelings?
That would hurt my feelings, but okay. If you watch it with me, you watch all kinds of gay shit with me. Like you've watched that one episode of
my gosh.
Black Mirror. You've
Yeah.
watched all the Haley Kiyoko music videos with me because I
Yeah.
forced them onto you. Like,
I mean,
hey,
I tried
watch this with
I
me.
tried to get you into Orange is the New Black, which is pretty gay, and you're like, nah.
No, when I lived with you, I started watching it.
Yeah, but have you continued?
No, because there's
Exactly.
gay sex everywhere, and I don't want to watch
Not
that on my
everywhere.
big TV, where my roommate,
Is a
who's
prude.
who's gonna come out and watch it, and
I'm
like
not
be
wrong.
like,
I'm not wrong though.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I'm
You're
not
not
gonna.
gonna tell me I'm wrong though.
Shut up, Katie. I'm not gonna watch it and she come out here and be like, and then walk back to our room.
Let's begin.
Okay.
Vaginas.
All right.
Ew. Okay, so my number 1 is actually your number 2. My number 1 is Steven Universe. I'm not like obsessed with it, but whenever I watch it, I do really enjoy it. I like how the creators have made it so intricate and yet still so vague. Valentine and I started watching it right after, like, I had a friend I've actually never talked about to you before. His name was Tajay.
Huh.
And he went to high
Weird.
school with me. And yeah, I
You've
tell
never
you
told
about
me.
everything.
Yeah, even when I'm like spacing out.
Yeah, no, you space out a lot when I talk. Thanks.
I'm Walter Mitty, okay? I'm sorry.
You are, and I'm upset with you.
I love you, you're my best friend.
Go away.
You're my best
Wait.
friend.
Go away!
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so... See, that's how you scream without upsetting your neighbors.
Go away!
Go away!
Ah.
Go away!
Shut up.
But yeah, so he showed me Garnet's first song.
Oh.
And that's when I was like... That's when I first decided to watch it. I was like, this is cool. And I watched it like 3 times, and I was like, okay, I'll give this show a try. And I did. I went on to YouTube, and I looked up, Steven Universe episode, season 1, episode 1, and I found a super, super duper bootlegged version of it. and I just watched as much as I could,
Mhm.
and then I made a playlist of Steven Universe videos to watch, so I could go and rewatch them if I needed to. And every single day, like half of them would be gone because they got deleted from YouTube for violating copyright laws. Um, but it was worth it, and I had fun, and I watched it with Valentine, and
He's Steven, by the way.
no,
He's real
no,
life
no, no.
Steven Universe.
I told him, you are Steven, and he's like, on the very first episode, and he was like, why? Because I'm big? And I was like, I mean, yeah, but he's also so much more than just,
And
like,
loving
pudgy.
and caring
He's loving
and
and caring and
funny and
sweet.
silly.
Right, and he's, like, everything that Valentine is. And, like, I don't know, he's also got black, like, Valentine's got, like, black curly hair.
Oh yeah, the curliest.
Yeah, the curliest hair. And, yeah, I started watching with Valentine, and then we both started getting into it. And then I don't know, we just have continued watching it together. And when we're in the car sometimes and he doesn't know what to put on, because he's usually the DJ for the car, he'll put on, Steven Universe music, and we'll cry and laugh and, belt it out. And it's really fun. I am excited for the next Steven Bomb that's going to be coming out. I hope it's a Steven Bomb, because we've kind of been promised a Steven Bomb since, San Diego Comic-Con
Right.
months ago. But yeah, I'm excited to see more of the show, and I don't want it to really ever be over, but I want them to, come out with a shit ton of, episodes, so I don't have to be so upset at it taking so long.
For sure. But I think Steven Universe holds like a deep place within both of our hearts, because that was the first show I've actually started from episode 1 and stayed with it.
Yeah.
That is the first show that I've ever stayed with. So.
How else do you not, how do you not stay with shows?
I don't know. I get bored, or I don't have time. When I was back in high school and elementary and stuff, I didn't have a lot of time to watch TV. I'd always be on the run, on doing stuff. I always had shit to do.
No, I mean when you, because you've seen The Office, you've watched The Office.
No, I mean. No, I mean live.
Around?
Like live.
Oh,
I've seen
live?
the first,
Oh.
from the first episode. Every single time it would update. Always watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever done that. So.
Okay. I kind of joined the game a little bit late, but, beyond that, whenever I could, whenever I was home and not, taking a college class or taking the SATs or whatever, I would, go home and, make a little nest on my parents' bed and watch it, and they'd get home and be like, hey, Katie, and I'd be, shut up, I'm trying to watch. So, I've been there since the second Steven Bomb, kind of like a loyal, one of those puppies that just sits there and waits, and no matter how long you take to get back home, you're just so happy when they're home again, okay, hi.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm excited for the new episodes coming out later this month, I guess. Yeah, so that's my number 1.
So yeah, all right. So, thank you for watching or listening to our favorite TV shows, our top 5 TV shows.
We'll have more top 5s for you guys later. Please leave in the comments what top 5s you want us to do. Also, if you have a video game suggestion, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section, which I've already explained. If you're not sure where it is below.
Below.
Just below.
It's in the darkness.
In the upside down.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We're M&K Gaming. Yeah, have a great time.